All right. Well, we kind of just jump into it. Like we've got we just record and, go from there. So I'm going to intro you a little bit here. We've got a guest this week. He's a comedian. He's a writer for the Hard Times. He's a podcaster. He's a music journalist. He's a rock star here in Portland comedy. We got Ryan Danley on the podcast this week. Ryan,
what is happening?
Is there anything else you want to say about yourself? Introduce yourself to our many, many listeners.
Our billions of listeners. Did we forget anything in your intro? Like, is Nick fired?
Music journalist, right?
Yep. I did say that, yeah. Your mic kind of cut out again, dude.
Yeah, your mic kind of went quiet all of a sudden.
All right, how's that now?
Nope.
Same.
How's that?
There we go.
Perfect.
All right. I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that.
No worries.
With technology, like I like to consider myself like young and hip, even though I'm older. You know what I mean? But it really shows my age when it comes to technology things. You know,
dude, I'm right there with you. I've been getting so pissed off, like, because technology moves so fast, and I pride myself as somebody that's like pretty technical. Right. And then I'm just like, really, Bjorn? Can't work Facebook? You go off Facebook for 2 weeks and I can't figure out any of the settings? Like, what happened? I beat myself up.
Like, I'm on Facebook all the time, as anybody who's friends with me knows. And
really?
And I I have a small stage, all right. I strive to be your most entertaining Facebook friend. But I still don't know like if I save a draft, like where it goes. Like, like I've searched for it, and then every time I like Google search it, like I go like, and it's like for some different like version than I have, or like, so, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
oh, the corner, and you press it, and I'm like, well, that was like 2 years ago, which might as well be like before Christ. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
I hate when it's a term that's like used for multiple purposes. So when you search for it, it's like, great, this is a product. Like we just got this, there's Zoom, this software that we're using today, but our mixing board is also from a brand called Zoom, spelt the same. Very frustrating because the search terms, if it was just like its own word, just like the mixologist, no, that wouldn't be good either. Because see, like words, it's like maybe ZMM, like spell it weird, like spell it with U's or something.
Exactly. Right. And like the name Zoom just isn't even that good. It doesn't even really describe what's like actually happening here.
No, it's just like a fun word to say. That's pretty much it.
like a 5-year-old named the brand. They were just like,
yeah, they're playing with trucks.
Call it Zoom, Twuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, playing Hot Wheels, and he was just like, Zoom. That's the name. I ain't got nothing else, bro.
He's like, yeah, it's just like the son of the brand owner was like, well, what can we call this product? And he's just like, oh, womb.
I think
it rhymes with womb.
I think we figured it out. I think we solved it.
I think we did figure it out.
Yeah.
My favorite name is Roku because it means 6 in Japanese.
Oh, it does.
And it's the person's 6th invention.
Oh, is that why it's called the Roku?
Yep. So Homeboy is just numbering his inventions.
I'm not mad at that. Actually. I'm not mad at that at all.
I don't know what Iche is, but like I'm sure. I mean, maybe it wasn't successful enough, and that's why we got to Roku.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. No, it sounds like he's just inventing shit, and he doesn't even have time to really think about what it is and come up with clever names. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Assign different languages.
Yeah.
Mix it up, and
it's like simple. It's like those indie records that the songs don't have names; they just have like numbers. You know what I mean?
When Kendrick Lamar releases some random project. Well into his career, not his mixtape from 2009 or whatever.
Right.
Like in 2014, he's already a star. He's just like, I'm not giving you a real album. I'm just giving you random ass songs.
Exactly.
With like small letters. Like I just copy paste the shit off a hard drive. Fuck you, I'm Kendrick Lamar. Remember he did that shit?
That's awesome.
I mean, I guess it's cool. The music's good, but like, come on.
He's okay.
Yeah.
Can we be honest? Like Kendrick Lamar is like your cool aunt's favorite rapper. You know what I mean?
That's
like
true. He
I mean,
he
he
appeals
has
to
mad skills. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not
he
getting
does.
down on Kendrick Lamar, but like I just feel like when I'm listening to Kendrick Lamar, like his live performances are like mind blowing, but like sometimes his records, I don't know, like it just doesn't like, I don't know.
I definitely was never on the like the train of like him being the best ever. Like he didn't speak to me that much. Like I couldn't listen to his projects all the way through. People were like, "Oh, you have to listen to Pimp a Butterfly 100 times through, front to back, back to front. It's got secret messages about the Illuminati." It's like, no, it doesn't. It's got like 4 good songs.
Right, exactly. And you know what? Even if there is secret messages about the Illuminati, I kind of don't care. Like, I'm like, what am I going to do about the Illuminati? The more I know about it, I don't know if like what that empowers me to do.
You know what? If that, just do your thing, Illuminati. I don't give a fuck. I'm sitting here. I'm trying to drink my raspberry lime.
I got like, you know, I mean, like, I actually am like at this point, like pro lizard people. You know what I mean? Like it would be way cooler than what's really going on, which is like just a bunch of assholes. You know what I mean? Like at least lizard people.
Yeah, I'm excited about the aliens too. You know, like because I listen to all the idiot podcasts, and they're all talking about aliens. They're talking about like the aliens with the guy in Israel, the alien head of aliens over there or something said the aliens are here, and they're amongst us already. But they're not going to tell us yet because we wouldn't handle it well. And I think that's disrespectful. So I'm like not worried about these aliens.
Well, I mean, my thing is like, here's what's going to happen. They're going to go, there's aliens. And we're all going to be like, oh my God, there's aliens. And then we're going to be like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, they kind of announced that there was aliens earlier this year and like nobody really cared.
Yeah, there was a lot going on at the time. They kind of slipped it in there. I was clever.
Yeah, well, they did. And I mean, like, yeah, there's a lot going on. But I mean, like, I think ultimately at this point, like, you know, they've built the ramp up to the aliens, and we're gonna be like, oh, okay, there's aliens. Okay, I guess that's solved. And I mean, like, and then I'm gonna be like, y'all seen this new season of Mandalorian? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really think it's gonna like.
They're gonna be like way boring. They're just gonna be like really lame humans. It's like aliens are just emotionless humans. It's what they are. They're not even
gonna get Bill Burr to play one of them. He's gonna knock it out of the park. It'll be fantastic. I'm all for it.
I got, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, right. It's like, I don't know how, like, unless they start eating people, which at this point just sounds like excitement added to our lives. You know what I mean? Like some adventure, you know what I mean? Like we've all spent like a year in our house. You know, like our houses are like our prison day rooms at this point. You know what I mean? And like we're all watching like syndicated. I'm watching CSI right now. You know,
nice.
That's where I'm at.
Which flavor? What flavor CSI is your?
I'm watching OG right now. I'm watching like
the Vegas one because
the Vegas one.
My favorite game when I lived in Vegas was to watch the Vegas one and just point out all the times it is clearly California that they filmed that and not Vegas at all. Totally. Because it's like there's way too many trees. There's that type of tree does not exist in Vegas. I live there. I know that.
And like
just because you have a helicopter shot of the strip in between each thing doesn't mean we believe that you're actually in Vegas.
I was concerned that there weren't this many actual murders in Vegas, and then I looked it up, and actually there's tons of murders in Vegas.
They have more than just CSI was busier. It was busier than Quantico, which is like the CSI for like that's why they based the show on that. Dude, I can talk about CSI for I got real into it for a while.
See, I never watched it. Like I've seen some Bones. Like I liked Bones. I thought Bones was all right. I think you know, I'm a Buffy guy, so I liked what's his name, Angel moving on to another show. So I hear he's not like the nicest dude, but like I still like to watch him and stuff. And
he is hot, so it doesn't matter.
He is hot. I mean, he's a hot asshole.
Like, you know what I mean?
Like he's a hot guy. I mean, like there's just no doubt about it. You know what I mean?
And he's sweet in the show, so you know what?
Right. He's like in Bones. He's kind of a badass. You know what I mean? He's like he's like a war vet, and he's like quick to be kind of tough, and like you know what I mean? Like I like Bones. So I was like, you know, sitting around in quarantine day 5,000th or whatever we're in, and I said, you know what? Maybe I'll just start checking out this CSI. And yeah, you know, I mean, I don't know if the guy who plays Grissom was worth the $60 million on an episode or whatever he was making, but like, but you know, it's not as fun as SVU, because SVU, it's like, I want to be a writer for SVU because it's like you come every week. I just did a Hard Times article. It's like how much like heinous shit can you think of, and then like cram it into a television show? You know what I mean? At this point, they got to be like, oh well, we have like, you know, let's put 6 babies down a furnace. They're like, yeah, we already did that last week.
Yeah, talk to me when
that's right. That's right. Like, what do we, you know what I mean? Like,
have we done anything with garbage disposals?
I think in season 3 we did a garbage disposal. Can we do a new take on
they're
this?
like, really? They're just like watching TV. Are they just like rolling through Home Depot trying to be like, have we killed someone with this this product specifically?
Exactly.
How about the shelf fails?
And the thing is they pack every show with like 6 especially heinous moments. I mean, they're like, I mean, it's not just like one thing anymore. It's like one thing leads to another, and then the side thing comes in, and this thing comes in. Like, I mean, it's like, it's got to be like the people who like make food for Taco Bell. You know what I mean? Like, what more can what can
we put in a shell with another shell with some cheese and lettuce? Like,
exactly. Like, we have 7 ingredients. Like, what other form can I create?
It turns into math.
It's just crazy. All right, I haven't found an in, but I'm just gonna go for it. So do you consider yourself a sneakerhead?
Yes, I do.
Really? Oh, cool.
I do. Well, you know, I'm a shoe person. Maybe not even just like a sneakerhead. I'm an overall shoe person. So I grew up into hip hop and punk rock and hardcore, and those are very shoe specific subcultures. You know, your shoes are like, you know, really say a lot about like where you fit in those cultures. Like, you know, in punk rock, you know, it's mostly, you know, like you know, boots, you know what I mean? And there's different types of boots. There's you know, there's the, you know, back in the day, like you had a pair of Doc Martens, you were like a tough guy, and eventually Doc Martens became, you know,
lame.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, like,
because of malls, in my
because
opinion.
of malls, right? Because like they created like a sandal you could go to like Coachella in. You know what I mean? Like anything like that shit. But you know, you had a pair of Doc Martens or a pair of combat boots, and you know, and that was that. And then like some of the kind of offshoot punks had like, you know, like creepers, and you know what I mean, like, you know, shoes that really like kind of told you like a specific group of people would like listen to this sort of music, and the shoes sort of fit that. You know, and then listen to hip hop. You know, it's I mean, how many hip hop songs are there about sneakers? There's like my Fila, you know what I mean? It's just like hip hop is a sneaker. You know, I mean, you know, I would say that like one of the most famous hip hop imagery is Run DMC walking down the stairs in a pair of Adidas. You know,
my Adidas, that always comes to mind.
Yeah, wasn't that the song that kind of brought sneakers into hip hop? Like that, they kind of were the first like make a big song about sneakers, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was definitely a big song. I mean, my Fila, I guess a couple years after that, but like, yeah. So, you know, and so like
they did my Fila.
Yeah.
Those lazy pieces of shit. They're like, well, let's do my Nike and my Puma and my, like, what else? Like,
bro, just like Taco Bell, like we were just talking about. There's only so many rap songs.
Right. So I mean, so in that sense, and then out of that, I am a sneakerhead because I predominantly wear sneakers. And my shoes are like, I almost have like an obsessive like thing about my shoes that I'm wearing. I can see them constantly in I can never and have never ever been able to wear a pair of Chuck Taylors. Like I just can't, like I just see them on my feet out of the corner of my eyes, and I feel like I'm wearing clown shoes. They look fine on other people.
Yeah,
Bjorn would agree with you on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I do not like them at all. I also don't like shell toe Adidas, but like
so you know, and I guess this is all coming down to that I am an Adidas guy. I think at the end of the day, because I kind of like roll in like the hooligan world too. And hooligans often wear, because Adidas is this quote unquote soccer shoe, like you see a lot of like, hooligan and lad culture have always rocked Adidas. Like that's kind of it. Now I grew up on always wearing skate shoes. Like I kind of like, I feel like the skate shoes sort of like kind of bridge the gap between a lot of them, but I grew up in like old school skate shoes, like, chukka boots and, Vision streetwear and stuff like that. Cause I'm
okay.
And I kind of retired skate.
Did you ever have
shoes.
Airwalks? Did you rock
Well,
those?
that's what I was just going to say. When Airwalk 1 came out,
okay.
The Airwalk 1 came out, that was kind of the end of it for me. Like it kind of like the skate shoe thing, because then entered into that like ushered in the era of like skate shoes with big fat tongues.
Yeah. Nick, do you know what the Airwalk 1 looks like?
No.
Okay, so I just Googled it really quick. I'm going to pull it up. So it's this one here. It's just like I definitely had several pairs of these, probably like this one, but it just had like the basic Airwalk logo. You had this like toe that had this, I don't know what the like cuts in it all the way around.
Okay.
It was just like different colors of this. And this was kind of one of the original, in my mind, one of the OG skate shoe.
It kind of brought in that silhouette into skate shoes. Is that?
Yeah, it was like the first like real fat, like notoriously before this with like chukka boots and with Vision streetwear, like the tongue was actually like kind of problematic. Because the tongues always like drifted, and while you were trying to skate or do anything, your tongue would always like end up like down in the shoe and kind of crumpled up next to your foot and kind of, you know what I mean? So, so I think the remedy for that is that they kind of came out with these big fat shoes and fat, like, and I think when that happened, I sort of aged out of like staying up with skate shoes. And this is kind of like when I was in high school, like I just kind of it. So I kind of at that point really sort of just delved into like either shell-toed Adidas or like Adidas Sambas, which was a pretty common, like, basically fake, and they call them indoor soccer shoes, but I don't think any indoor soccer player is actually playing in a pair of Sambas, but they're basically like part of the Adidas classics.
So the Samba is basically the Busenitz, right? It's
yes, they're pretty similar. That's the shoe. Do you want me to bring out the shoe?
Yeah, you might as well.
Okay.
Sorry, I was like, wait, I was trying to remember what the Samba looked like, and I looked it up and I was like, oh, it's the same shoe. it's like
it looks similar, but I don't think they're exactly the same.
So the Busenitz is kind of what has ended up in my life being the sort of accumulation of all of these tracks of shoes that I've worn. Here it is. It's a pretty new pair.
What color is it? It's hard to tell on the camera.
It's black and white, and that's it. And they kind of at the top, they have the big tongue, but this is almost like a Samba sized tongue. So they kind of are built off of that, and they are actually built on the frame of an indoor soccer shoe, but they are one of the most popular skate shoes in the world. So they is actually like one of their most consistent skate shoe sellers for Adidas. Adidas Busenitz is you familiar with him, Bjorn?
I am actually. I had to like really look him up. He is German too, so
yeah,
it makes sense that he has an Adidas.
An Adidas shoe. Yeah. Well, and the other thing about him is, isn't he like 6'8" or something? 6'9"?
Yeah, he's real tall.
He's almost like a 7 foot tall skater. So that's like which is like in my life, shorter people were always better at skateboarding. Yeah. I mean, it's just like, like their lower center of gravity could move around a lot, move their bodies around a lot quicker. Shorter people are always better at pull-ups too. You know what I'm saying? At least that's what I tell myself.
If I was a little shorter, I could do way more of these.
Exactly.
It's my height. It has nothing to do with my belly.
I'm gonna have to searching for a new excuse.
Yeah,
I can't use that one.
Nick, you must be able to do like a lot of pull-ups. Dude.
Oh yeah,
what do you
if one is a lot, then I can do a lot.
Pull-up machine, Nick.
I can
over
almost do 2. I bought a bar last month. I've been practicing.
If you can do one, that's 100 times more than I can do. So you're doing good.
All right, I'm getting there. I'm making my way up in the world.
here. That is wild math, by the way. Like you blew my mind with that math. Like, I don't know.
You can do 100th of a pull-up.
One is
Who's just
oh,
checking?
okay. So like
Um,
you can get your arms up there.
So this shoe, I had a former pair that I recently retired that had different colors on it. I got this at the Adidas employee store, which sometimes has limited colors, but when these are a little fresher, I think Nick, you remember when I had the fresher pair of these. They can have like a nice colored plate through here, and like sometimes they have a white tongue, which looks really good. It's a great looking shoe. I feel confident in it. So it actually has like what I loved about settling on this shoe for like my main shoes. I have like, a couple of things that I wear around, but what I like settling this for like my main daily shoe wear is that it does sort of combine all the stuff that I've always been into in shoes. It's got the skate stuff. It's got a classic look. It's not showy, but it's nuanced enough that like, somebody wearing it has like a taste in shoes. You know what I mean? Like, it's not
It's like deliberate.
It's not like a Costco shoe. It's not
No,
like
it is not
I
a Costco
needed
shoe.
shoes. These are shoes.
Yeah,
Like you put some thought into it type of shoe.
exactly.
Yeah,
Oh, damn, are those Kirkland brand, dude? Sick. Yeah, these are the Kirkland 4s.
Exactly.
In my Kirklands.
Yeah, these are the buy one get one free colorway.
Yeah.
These are the buy them a couple sizes bigger so you don't grow out of them colorway.
They like, what's my Walmart brand slippers here? I don't remember the brand name.
Oh, but they're camo. That's on trend right now.
Yeah, dude.
Real
these are-
tree, bro.
Dude, these are, I've had these for a minute, and they're size 9 through 10.
It's like,
Some real heaters right there.
Yeah, dude. Fucking people sleeping on these. People sleep in these. They're
Yeah,
that comfortable, dude.
Totally. You know what's great is you pay more for the real tree. That's my favorite part about
Right?
real tree is that you pay more for it. It's like
actually-
for them to get that, like that was probably like $1.50 more.
Nah, dude,
For-
this isn't real tree. This is mossy oak.
Oh, is
Okay.
that mossy
Big
oak?
big
Oh,
difference.
man,
I'm
fuck
sorry.
off.
I had to.
No, you
I-
should call me on my shit. I'm still waiting to get camo moccasins until Sitka drops a pair. That's when I'm gonna be about it. I need Optifade.
Wait, do
And
you
the thing-
hunt? Do you hunt?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
I
have
do.
you? Oh,
Yes.
okay. So you know
Yeah.
exactly what we're talking about. I just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure we're like
No,
get all
no,
deep.
and Nick and I talk about hunting occasionally. too,
Yeah,
so-
no, I knew Ryan would get some of these references.
Okay, cool.
I'm not like when you like look at me or talk to me, it's not like something I carry in the front of me. Like I would never like put like a hunting sticker on my car because I don't know. Like I just like, you know what I mean? Like,
or gun in.
or a gun in. Like, it's like
Yeah, no, that usually indicates an idiot when
you
I
don't
see that sticker.
what's funny is like I like love guns and I love using them and I love shooting them, but you would never know that because like I try to have some sort of other personality. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
like it's just not worth like I don't know.
It's not your identity. Like,
No, it is not.
I
My
find
identity.
identity is just so fascinating when people have all that shit on their cars. It's like, yo, you must be a really boring person if you have to like identify with Calvin and what he's peeing
Whatever
on.
Calvin
What he's
is peeing on.
Like,
Exactly. I also like, I mean, I think the big thing too is like, I don't put those stickers on my car because I don't want people to think I got expensive shit in my house. You know what I mean? Like if you got like a Bowtech sticker on your car, like I know that you got like a $2,000 archery set in your house. You know what I
Archery
mean?
set.
Like,
Mm.
I like that
I'm
you
not
called it
gonna-
an archery set, not a compound bow. Like, this is my
Like, I'm
compound archery set. I got it from my
I
birthday.
mean, it does kind of become an archery set because you got to buy a bunch of. I have a Bowtech with a bunch of shit screwed into it right over there, and so
Right.
I know that you have to put a bunch of shit on it. It's not just the bow that's already expensive; it's a bunch of other bullshit that's also expensive.
right, exactly.
So
I
that's
mean,
a
like,
good point.
archery is kind of like, I find archery people buy like new bows and stuff a lot. Like a lot of rifle hunters will like buy a rifle and then like be buried with it. But like bow hunters are oftentimes like, oh, I got like a 3-year-old bow. I can't kill shit with this. You know what I mean?
No,
and
they're
so,
just they're dorks about like the new tech.
Exactly.
They're like, oh my god, this one's got the cams are shaped different.
Right, and it's like it goes like this many miles an hour faster, and like that means that I can, you know, and you're like, what are you doing? Like, just at that point, just buy a gun. Of course, most
and it's like tiny little margins. It's like 320 versus 340 feet.
Exactly.
Which is kind of nothing. Like it's kind of still slow.
Right, exactly.
Compared to a gun, it's also slow.
That's all
that is.
So like I know that you have all that shit in your house. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like, and I know that you're the kind of guy who probably, but like if you're gonna put the sticker on your brand new truck, you've written me a beautiful tale of your property. You know what I mean? And like I don't want that. I want people to think I have nothing. You know what I mean?
I want the Apple sticker. Yeah, I'm gonna put this on my car. Like this is what's probably in here, like Apple products.
But Ryan, I think you just justified the Oregonian sticker, because if you have all those other ones, like look at all the expensive shit I have, then you got to have the gun sticker too, because like, but I got some heat up in here. So,
but the thing with the gun sticker is though, then you know that they have, then you know that they have guns, and so like if somebody's gonna steal your shit, they're just gonna, you know, the bad guys have guns too. You know what I mean? And like,
no, you're definitely correct. Don't put stickers on your car, but once you go down, once you put a couple, it's a slippery slope.
It kind of feels like
might as well go all the way.
It's like when people had like the Rockford Fosgate stickers on their cars. Like, really? You're just going to advertise what's in your trunk right now.
Right, exactly.
like, cool.
Dude, you guys
I know
just
what it sounds like.
My Corolla for high school.
Just Rockford Fosgate.
No, it was every like Bowtech, Sitka gear, like all the shit. I had Sitka gear because I had a pro deal from the fly shop I worked at. I wasn't that rich, but like I had I spent all my money from the fly shop on like fishing and hunting shit. I had zero money. I just had a bunch of cool stuff. Anyhow, I had every goddamn sticker, ski stuff, fishing gear, hunting. I never got robbed because it was Montana. I think everybody already had it, but
right.
But yeah,
like,
you
don't want your used
Sitka
jacket.
and like because I had a big speaker system in my '93 Corolla, so I had every goddamn sticker. I had like 2 rows.
That's hot. Absolutely.
It was probably not that cool. I wasn't that cool.
I bought a pair of I had a Volkswagen Jetta, and I bought a pair of MTX Road Thunder Pros in a cabinet that a guy I worked with had, and he was like the kind of guy that like lived in suburbia and was like the kind of guy who like put a big box in his car, and I bought it from him because he was selling it for cheap or whatever. And then I got an amp, and I got a Sony CD player, which at the time was kind of fancy. And then I moved up to Oregon. This was in Colorado. And then I moved to Oregon, and within like a month of being in here, I came out one day and they had like busted the window and stolen all of it. The amp was under the seat. They took that. They got into the trunk. They took the box, and my friend was like, "Oh my god, you're gonna have to replace that stuff." And I was like, "You know what? No, I'm good. I think I'm done with the big car speaker era of my life. I think like, you know, like they just naturally moved me along quicker than I would have, you know."
That's what you got to do, though. Have a Jetta with 2 12s in the trunk or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. you are. I was like listening to like a lot of like punk at the time too. So I was like bumping punk. You know what I mean? Like that was like,
yeah, you had like 1,000 watts. So your car was every hit, like each window, like lost structural integrity. Like that's fantastic. Yeah.
I hope everybody at the stoplight is enjoying this agnostic fun as much as I am.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, I'm just gonna bring it back to the sneakers real quick.
Okay.
So
because
what did you? Yeah, we are on that Zoom, so we do have a little bit of a tight. Anyway, what'd you pay for those? If you don't mind asking. You got them at the employee store?
I got them at the employee store, so I actually don't even know what they run. So I see them as deals a lot. Like I've bought them for as low as like when I didn't have the employee store coupon. And for our out of state listeners, in Portland is the headquarters of both Nike and Adidas, which I think is designed that way so that they can share employees or whatever. And I have always been able to manage most of the time to get passes to the Adidas employee store. Have you both been there?
Yeah, I've been there. I've got a few pairs from there.
Yeah, my friend's girlfriend works there, so I've
it's like it ends up being pretty easy to get passes. And honestly, just if you shop at Adidas every now and then, they hook you up. Like they just sent me one in my email for just being a game player or whatever the fuck.
Right. I feel like it used to be easier with the Adidas. The Nike store is still complicated, but the Adidas store, it used to be like really easy. Like my daughter was was getting float stuff and stuff for a while for skateboarding, and they just passed those things out. Like I just had a stack of cards and I could go all the time. So I think I paid $35 for these.
Oh, I think that makes sense because I think retail's $70 and Adidas is half off. So
I pulled them up. Are these the ones? Are these them?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Okay, so the MSRP at 80. So 35. Okay. That's not bad. No. That's sick. Yeah, these are.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a good looking shoe. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like,
it's super clean.
Yeah, it really does look like a Samba, but it's like just like when on that right there, that piece can be a different color. Oh, it start looking really fresh when they start messing with those color situations. Like, yeah, but
all right. Well, we have a question we ask all our guests, which is. As all our comic guests, at least, just so like when you get your big special on probably Spotify now, I think they're the ones throwing the most money at comedy these days.
When you get your Quibi special,
yeah, whatever.
Quibi,
when you get your big special,
Sudoku or whatever.
What's your like Grail sneaker that you're gonna do your special in, or if it's not a Grail, it's just a simple like what's your sneaker that you're gonna do your special in?
Boy.
Like money's no object on this one. Like you just want to like ball out of control on it.
I am gonna go because I'm mostly a low cut person, and I know this breaks from all the Adidas love I've given, but I'm probably gonna go a pair of AJ1s, just because the AJ1 is like nice. There's like the earlier ones with like the multiple color palette, I think just look really good, and I think that like. Out of all the shoes, I'd probably go an AJ1. I have to get all my Nike shoes wides.
The low top?
The low top.
Go low top? Okay.
So a low top Jordan 1?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I know that's like I'm into subtlety. You know what I mean? Like I'm into like subtle juggernauts. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like I want it to be
the low top detail. Bjorn and I have noted that so many comics in the last couple of years are wearing Jordan 1s in their specials. It's become like the shoe for comics.
It's pretty fascinating. I mean, even like Nanette, or I mean, not Nanette.
Yeah,
that's
like Hannah Gadsby.
Hannah Gadsby.
Her most recent special, she had 1s. What was that? Middle District Sports. He was wearing 1s.
Yep.
It's like so many.
Bert Kreischer.
Bert Kreischer. No, he was wearing Dunks.
That's right. He was in Dunks. Yeah. But Dunk Lows, which is very close to AJ1.
Yeah, sure.
Low. But there's nothing wrong with that. It is a classic, like it is a great shoe. I totally agree because it's like it like looks nice. It kind of shows that like you care about sneakers. Like it is a perfect, and you could find a pretty fun, outrageous, expensive colorway.
But the low sets you apart from all these people because almost all of them wear the high top or at least the mid top.
Right, and the low is like I'm a low top person. I like shoes I can just like slip on. You know what I mean? It's like I'm damaged from wearing like Doc Martens for my youth of like having to like make time to tie my shoes. You know what I mean? Like I like a quick slip on sort of situation. You know, like I don't really want to like spend my day like tying my shoes, you know? So
yeah.
I also think that like that shoe sort of speaks to like my stand-up character. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's a little low key and a little street and a little, you know what I mean? Like a little like you wouldn't be surprised to be like beat up by a guy wearing those. You know what I mean? Like that kind of.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's
Like,
it's not an all black Air Force One. Like
Well-
that's the next step. That's the guy who will beat you up.
So I actually that was like my other. You know, it's funny is
The other option was all black Air Force Ones.
Well, I wear all black Air Force Ones. So
That
that's
doesn't
like
surprise me.
that's like that was what I went for the Busenitz because it's like a more interesting shoe. But I wear all black Air Force Ones. That's like my other shoe.
are those pretty
Yeah.
wide? Because you said you had a wide foot.
They are like the one Nike shoe that you can really get away with. And my foot isn't wide. It's just not narrow. You know what I mean? And like I think Nike shoes fit smaller, more narrow, straight lasted feet, where you know, like Adidas usually has like kind of a curb last, and Nike fits that straight last narrow foot. And but the Air Force Ones sort of more of like an everybody shoe.
Yeah.
So,
Very cool.
yeah. And they're black. And then when I got them, people were like, "Oh man, you know that means that you're an ass kicker, right?" And I was like, I was just naturally drawn to them. I don't know.
Like I came to kick some ass.
Like I just naturally dress like I kick ass.
Like, so I'm here to chew bubble gum and kick some ass. Apparently, I'm all out of bubble gum.
And my dentist suggested to not chew any gum. So, you know.
All right, Nick, you want to take us out?
Yeah, I guess I should. So yeah, thank you so much, Ryan. This was fun. This was a fucking banger episode. This was a good time.
Yeah, dude. Thanks.
I appreciate seeing you both. You know, I love you
Yeah.
both.
And do you have an Instagram handle to plug? Or
I'll just do my
Twitter or anything
Twitter.
else?
I'll do my Twitter, which is @isridiculous. One word, is ridiculous. So however you spell that.
So guys, follow Ryan.
If somebody
And
follows me from this, it would be great because you need like a degree to get people to follow you on Twitter. So
Yeah, I don't even know about Twitter, but
I have a
anyway,
degree,
follow
and
us. We're on Instagram at Size 10 Podcast. We drop new episodes every Wednesday. Like this episode, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. Listen on Spotify. Like I said, new episodes every Wednesday. Did I forget anything, Bjorn?
Nope, that's good.
Nope, that's it. All right, thanks for
All right.
listening, guys.
Thanks again, Ryan.
Nice.
Bye.
All
All right, I gotta end it because it's but Ryan, thank you so much for being on, dude. This is awesome.
No problem.
Super fun.
Did it sound all right? Did I do all right?
Yeah, no, it was
sounded
great.
great.
It's great, man.
I wish I had my Air Force Ones here. It would have been such a great punchline. It would have been like,
Oh,
yeah, actually.
like these? You mean these? All right. Well, maybe we'll have you back and you can talk about the Air Force Ones on another.
I
episode.
would love to talk about that.
Yeah.
That would be super
Once
fun.
we can start having studio guests, I think we're gonna probably have a lot of people on and people on again.
Yeah.
Sounds rad. All right, it's good to see you both.
All right.
Yeah,
Later.
good to see you, man.
Bye.